So in this video you will get to know about what is meant by Dikw pyramid. So what is Dikw pyramid? So the full form of Dikw is data, information, knowledge and wisdom. So what is this? Why we use Dikw pyramid? We use Dikw pyramid to represent the relationship between data, information, knowledge and wisdom. So if you want to represent and show the relationship, if you want to display the relationship between data, information and knowledge and wisdom, we should know about Dikw pyramid. So this is how Dikw pyramid is represented. So data stands in the lowest base level and wisdom is at apex. So wisdom is on top and data is on bottom. So this follows the approach, bottom up approach, where data in the starting with data, followed by information, followed by knowledge and followed by wisdom. So these are the four things that Dikw pyramid specifies. So let's get to know about what is data, information, knowledge and wisdom. So before that, why we use Dikw pyramid? What are the advantages of it? What are the advantages? So this Dikw pyramid has a lot of advantages. So in the final output that we get, so with that output, this Dikw pyramid definitely helps, especially for organizations or companies, to take right profitable business decisions, which definitely helps them to increase their profits in businesses, because it produces meaningful insights, right? So because it produces high quality and reliable information, that's why we use this. Is the advantages of Dikw pyramid. Yeah, data and information, knowledge and wisdom. So this Dikw pyramid can also be called as Dikw hierarchy, or we say this Dikw pyramid also known as Dikw pyramid hierarchy, because its data is derived from, so information is derived from data, knowledge is derived from information, wisdom is derived from knowledge. Inheritance approach it follows. That's why we call it as Dikw hierarchy, derived from one from another, one from another, one from another. Yeah. So let's get in detail about what is Dikw pyramid with an example. So I have an example with me. So that the example that I have with me is John 50 math and here 30 social and science. Okay, so this is the data that I have. So does this data, this is known as data. So the example that I have provided, first example, this is data that I have. Okay, so let's get into detail about what is Dikw pyramid with an example. So I have an example. So John 30 40 physics, 50 chemistry, social, 100. So this is the information, this is the data that I have. So if you look at this is known as data. This is known as data. So why we say this as data? Because we can't able to get any kind, there is no meaning for this. So here you see John, here you see a number, you see a subject. What is this? This doesn't specify clear meaning. You can't able to get, no clear meaning is represented. So that's why we call this as a data. So from this data I am going to derive something which is known as information. So I am going to derive something from this data which is known as information. So if you look at this data, this is completely unstructured with lack of meaning, no meaning, right? So if you look at this information, I am going to derive this information by using spreadsheet. Okay, so I'm going to create a table, serial number, name, here max, and the subject I have is physics, chemistry, social, right? Physics, chemistry, social. So John is the person who got 30 in physics, 50 in chemistry, and 100 in social. Okay, so if you look at this information, so if you look at this clearly, this is known as information. So why we say this has information? Because it is clearly represented using tabular format in the form of rows and columns. This is completely structured and organized in the form of rows and columns. It's completely organized and structured in the form of rows and columns, where column names represent fields and rows represents data. This is how information is structured and organized. So I hope you have understood the difference between data and information. This has no meaning at all. You can see this has got some meaning and is completely structured and organized. Okay, so after that, so the next thing in Dikw pyramid is knowledge. So this is the third thing, knowledge. Knowledge is the third most thing we have. So what is meant by knowledge? Knowledge is something that we understand or gain from information. So information is there, but we should understand, right? So we will understand something, we'll get some meaning from this information, the third step. So how do we understand? So we understand using charts, pie charts, like graph charts, line charts. There are so many things. Through this way we interpret this information so that anyone can understand and gain knowledge. So if you look at this information, I am going to convert this information, interpret this information in the form of charts. So if you look at this clearly, the chart that I have, so John is a person who has got 30 marks in physics, and John is a person who has got 50 in chemistry and in social too. So if you look at this, I'm going to show you a chart for the John. So here look at this, John is a person who has got 50 you see John who has got 30 in physics, 50 in chemistry, and 100 in social. You see, I have gained some knowledge because this information is converted to knowledge. I have gained some information by interpreting in the form of charts. This is how I gain knowledge. And the last one is wisdom. What is meant by wisdom? Wisdom is nothing but applying the knowledge. So applying the knowledge, how do we apply the knowledge? This is how wisdom tells you about. So what is the applying knowledge? Applying the knowledge means, if you look at this, so I've gained some information, I've gained some knowledge. Okay, so what is the purpose of gaining knowledge without using it? So I am going to use my knowledge by applying. So what I am going to try is, so John has got 30 marks, 50 marks, 100 marks, right? So John is very good in social. He's got some good marks in social. John is John has got a well decent marks in chemistry. So he need to focus little bit focus on chemistry. John has got poor marks in physics, so he need to more focus on this subject physics. So this is how I apply the knowledge. I'm going to take the decision. I'm going to say, John, please focus on chemistry and physics so that you will improve your scores in the next coming examination. Okay, this is how I apply the knowledge. So this is how DIKW pyramid is differentiated and represented. So I hope you have understood DIKW pyramid. Okay, so let's summarize everything. DIKW pyramid. So if you look at this data, this is completely has got no meaning. This is completely unstructured, unorganized, scattered and messy. So I have converted this in the form of tabular format. This is known as information. So with this information I gained some knowledge by interpreting the results in the form of graphs, right? So after gaining some knowledge, I'm going to use that knowledge by applying it. So I'm going to take the decisions. So this is how DIKW pyramid is represented. Thank you very much.